All right. Final exam 15% December 12th, Monday. All right, 4 o'clock. Yeah, I did. I should put a time. Yeah, but if I do not put a time, that means our default time, right? Yeah. So the default time, 4 o'clock p.m. All right. Second, yeah, let me bring up the homework assignment number 2. Sorry. Yeah, then what's that? All right. All right. Yeah. So here, homework assignment number 2. All right. Okay. Yeah. And well, before I talk about these questions, let me still talk about final and project number 2. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So first, let me just write something here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Final exam. All right. Yeah. December 12th, Monday, for Abhishek Mojili. Yeah. All right. 4 p.m. for 2 hours. All right. Yeah. Well, you do not need that long. Yeah. But this is, just our maximum official test time period. Yeah. I will, yeah. Today, I just received an email from the university asking me if I need to use that classroom for the final. So I will contact them and ask them to give me this time slot. Okay, the time slot I put here. Yeah, I asked them to, give me that reservation. Yeah, and then about the workload reduction. Okay, all right. Currently, the assignments you have right now, you have quiz 4, right? Yeah, quiz 4 you're working on, and at the same time, you have that homework assignment number 2. Yeah, this one. This one you can see, I just give you 15 questions, not the usual 25 questions, right? Our home 1, you have 25 questions, but here you can see 10 questions reduction. Yeah. What's that? Basically, I split. So basically, I split that 25 questions to 2 parts. 15 questions, that's homework number 2, and the 10 questions I treated as quiz number 4. Okay, so you can see one normal size assignment, 25 questions, I split it into 2 assignments. Yeah. Our usual 10 question quiz 4. Yeah. But after that, I ask you to do 10 questions fewer for our homework assignment number 2. So that's one reduction. Yeah, one place. Yeah. Second place, for the final, I also want to do the same reduction another time. Yeah, to reduce your workload, another 10 questions. Yeah. Think about the final, the question, still the usual 25 questions, right? This time final, yeah. So I split into 15 plus 10 way, okay? 15 plus 10 way, yeah. 10, I make it as quiz 5, how about that? Quiz 5, 10 question, yeah. Still the online quiz, all right? Online quiz. Then our real final, just the 15 questions, how about that? Not 25 anymore, just 25, just 15 questions. That means you do not need that 2 hours, right? Yeah, you do not need that 2 hours. Yeah, so probably 1 hour should be enough. Yeah, 1 hour should be enough. Yeah, so in this way, I try to reduce your workload. Another round, all right? Yeah, yeah. All right, then another reduction after these 2 reductions, another reduction, quiz 6 will be gone, okay? No quiz 6, no quiz number 6, okay? Yeah, so from syllabus, I put 6 quizzes, yeah, but here I can reduce another quiz 6. Yeah. Then, so we just have total 5, right? Total 5 quizzes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah. And based on our rule, drop 2 lowest, right? Drop 2 lowest. Okay, yeah, let's say drop 2 lowest, all right? Then you only have 3, but a 3, I scaled it to 4. How about that? 3, I multiply 4/3. How about that? To scale it to 4 quizzes, okay? Scale it, okay? Do that. In that way, we can make up that. Drop it, quiz 6. Yeah. In that way, so another 10 question reduction, you can see. In this way, I try to reduce your workload as much as we can, okay? Yeah. But I feel it should not be a problem, but because we have done plenty of exercise, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we did quite some exercise, yeah, it should be good enough, okay? Yeah, so that part should not be a problem, okay? Yeah, so we will be fine. Yeah, all right, that's the final exam, okay? Then project 2. Yeah, first, currently I just checked the project 1 submission. I noticed that for project 1, currently only 50%, half of the class submitted. Yeah. Still, the remaining half, you need to complete the project 1. Okay, yeah, you have to. Yeah, so that's very important. Yeah, and actually, some students already noticed for project 1, if you start with the sample F, right? Our latest version of the sample file, sample F, you already have 80% of the features. 80% of the features. Yeah. But I don't want to see some students just submit that sample F to me, all right? Because that means you do nothing. Yeah. So you need to complete the remaining 20%. Yeah, actually, it should be less than 20%. Okay, yeah, but remaining work, after you understand the detail. The reason I gave you so many features, I like you to study. Okay, I like you when you go through, you try to understand all the details in my implementations. So if you understand the details, so then it should be okay. Yeah. So later you can use this experience to continue your web technology study. Okay. Yeah. So that's project one. Then project two, if we just look at our remaining time, not much, right? Very little. And you need to do your final. That's too busy. So for project two, all right, yeah. Project two, I make it optional. Okay, optional. Yeah. I encourage you to do it. So I give you 3% extra credit. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. Extra credit. So you know the meaning, right? 3% overall. Okay. 3% overall. So our usual way. Yeah. But this time 3%, not 1%. You know, quite significant. So that means I encourage you to do the idea I already give you. So those students, you can already start it. Yeah, because that shopping cart, right? Online shopping, yeah, we can call online shopping project, but you need to sell your own products. Okay. Yeah. You need to, find some products you like to sell, in your imaginary company. Okay. You start some imaginary company. So you sell some products. You just modify our bookstore example. Start from our bookstore example. And I include a tutorial there. So I include a long, detailed tutorial, explain as much as I can in the tutorial. Yeah. It should not be hard to understand. Then you can modify the code and create your own database. Modify the code. You do not need to add new features because everything is optional. You just repeat the same features in that bookstore. That's it, same features, but switch it to your own products. Okay, yeah. So then you can earn 3% extra credit. Yeah, but for some students, they may not be able to find the time to do this project. Yeah, I believe quite some students, especially those students who cannot complete project one at this point. Yeah, it's hard, could be hard, but I still encourage those students. Oh yeah. Sabella talk about Spring Boot. Yeah, I talk about that Spring Boot later. All right, yeah, Spring Boot later. Still, so even for those students who cannot complete the project two for extra credit, I encourage those students do that practice in the winter break time. Yeah, after the semester, do practice by yourself. Okay, yeah, because when you have plenty of time, sit down, study the tutorials, modify the code, because that's a very interesting practice exercises. Okay, yeah. So after you do that with that experience, it will improve your confidence when you go to the job market, right? Yeah. So for those students, so in that way, you do not have the big pressure, right? Yeah. So you do not have the big pressure, but you need that knowledge. Yeah. Then let me talk about the, Sabella's question. Does the project need to be in Spring Boot or just a basic Tomcat servlet? Yeah. Yeah. Sabella, basic Tomcat servlet. Yeah. For the Spring Boot, yeah, in my original plan, I said I like to introduce your Spring Boot technology. I still, yeah, but to be more realistic in this final time. So, if I talk about still the remaining, we need to do review, right? Review for final. So we may not have enough time to cover the Spring Boot using our regular lecture time. Yeah. After I plan to spend the remaining lecture time on final review and project 2 explanation. These two things. Yeah. But Spring Boot topic is so important. So I plan to do in this way. In the final time, so when you work on your work, so I will try to find time to record Spring Boot videos for your optional study. Okay, so I will use one brand new module. Yeah, one brand new module. Let's say module 7. Okay, yeah, module 6. I will use it as the review for final and the explanation for project 2. Yeah, then module 7. So completely, after our normal coursework as the supplementary study, yeah, optional study, but for most of you, I highly recommend in your winter break time, study this topic, the videos. I just post the videos, using our regular lecture format. Now, I have examples. I also post my examples. Module 7 examples, regular study format. Yeah. Then in your winter break time, you study by yourself. Okay. Yeah. So our project 2 won't be bounded to Spring Boot. Yeah. But for the exercise, after you study the Spring Boot technology, you may like to convert project 2 using the Spring Boot way. That would be very interesting, right? Yeah, but actually, to our project 2 may not be a good example for Spring Boot practice. Yeah, because in our shopping cart, basically we do online shopping. Here we do not enter new data. We do not enter new product data, right? Yeah, Spring Boot. Yeah, we like to implement complete package of a set of regular functions. Yeah. So we like to include that, enter the product data. Okay. Yeah. So that will be nice. Yeah. But if you like to add, for example, add new products, if you have that feature, so that would be a good exercise for the Spring Boot. Now we don't have that part. One important block is missing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's the comments. okay? For your supplementary study, Spring Boot topic, okay? And your winter break time exercises, all right? Yeah, so in that way, I try to reduce your pressure, yeah, because in the final time, you have a lot of pressure. If I give you too much material to study, yeah, so then, you know, it won't be good, okay? It won't be good, yeah. So that's my plan. How about that? Okay, yeah. All right, so I've complete explanation on these two things, project 2 and final exam plan, and workload reduction thing, okay? All right, next, I need to move to homework assignment number 2. I want to explain some of the questions, okay? And I found some examples. Yeah, so I found some of my old examples I used before related to this assignment. So later I will show you those examples. Yeah. Some question examples, but I also have some code examples. So I can run demo, you know, I have code examples to show you. So you can play around, you know, to help you understand some details. Okay. All right, so let's look at this assignment. Yeah. First question, here you can see when we do JDBC, we need to load the JDBC driver, right? Yeah. But here, when I load the JDBC driver, use this class.forName, then the driver's name, my spelling is wrong. Look at, I use this double V. It's wrong, right? Double V. It should be single V, right? Yeah. So if it spells wrong, definitely you cannot run this program successfully, right? If you misspelled the driver. But the questions I want to ask you, is it a compile error or a runtime error? Compile error, it means the compiler can find it for you. Okay, so the question, can the compiler, let's say Eclipse compiler, can the compiler find it directly? Directly, that means you will see an error sign, right? Red cross error sign, you know, some red line under this line. Yeah, let's say, right? Yeah. So that is the compiler error. But another one, runtime error, the compiler cannot find it. The compiler, you know, does not complain here. Yeah, even you misspell it, double V, you excuse me. Yeah. The compiler does not complain. And you can run your program. But at the runtime, yes. So after you start it, after you run it, yeah, sooner or later, this line will be executed. You will get a runtime error. Which one would happen? Think about that. Okay, yeah. Here, I just like to point it out. Look at the double quotes, right? Look at the double quotes here. Double quotes here. And the misspelled part is inside double quotes. Inside the double quotes, you misspelled it. Okay. And we know this part is a string value. String value of the parameter, right? Yeah. Because for name method, when you call for name method, we pass this string value as the parameter for this for name method. Okay, parameter of the method. Think about that. Okay, yeah. So your misspelled part is part of the value. Think about that. All right, yeah. So then, yeah. So I just give you this much hint. Okay, so here the hints for homework assignment number 2. Okay, all right. So next, all right, number 2, you can see we use the same attribute name, same attribute name, book. Okay, yeah. One in request scope, another in session scope, different scopes. The value is different, Java 1, Java 2. Then when we retrieve the data using this EL expression, dollar, curly braces, book, so which copy is retrieved? Yeah, so that's the second question. So if you know the rule, it's easy. Yeah, it is easy. Yeah. So which one has the higher priority, higher preference? Not preference, precedence, higher precedence. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then number three, another question you may get confused related to the EL expressions. Yeah. So here you can see, I give you some code segment here. Yeah. So we have a list object, book list. Then I put 3 strings into this list object. Yeah. So then we set attribute. Yeah. Books, that list object, index, string name, and the string value 1. All right. Then we do the expression. The first thing is, yeah, inside the square bracket, double quotes 2. See, also here, double quotes 0. Yeah. These things, double quotes, we know it's a string. Yeah. Here, this part, you need to know the data conversion. What kind of data conversion can be done in this situation? All right. So then this is the EL operation. Yeah, EL operation. In EL expression, we can do EL operations. Yeah. Here, I like to tell you, these EL operations, they are legal. Legal, let me give you an example. For example, $1 plus 2, this is EL operation. What do you get? Just a 3, okay? Arithmetic, basic arithmetic operation. Let's say 3 minus 1. What do you get is, 2. All legal, okay? Here, we just use the regular EL operations, okay? Yeah. All right. Then here, this inside the square bracket index, pay attention to that no quotes here. No quotes around index. But here with quotes. What's the difference? The meaning different. Yeah, behavior also different. Okay, yeah. So compare that. Yeah. All right. So, you know, related rules you can find in our notes. Yeah, in the notes, we use a few slides to talk about square bracket operator. And there we talk about, you know, list object, array object, list object related to the square bracket operator. Yeah, so you just go there, you know, study and answer this question. And later there is another similar one. Yeah, they are very close. Yeah, number 9, similar to question 3. Yeah. You know, nothing new. So if you can answer question 3, you can answer question 9 easily. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, yeah. Then another topic I like to talk about is question number 13 and question number 14. Yeah, they are similar questions. Yeah. Because these two questions, yeah, so you can see we use forward or redirect, but the main thing is when we forward a resource, we need to consider the location of the resource. The location here, very, very special location. When we know the location, the way we do the forwarding could be different. Okay, yeah. So here, you know, there is the topic about absolute URLs and the relative URLs. Absolute URLs, relative URLs. You know, if you have the Unix experience, so you're familiar with these two concepts. Here, we deal with the resource locations using these two concepts. Yeah. Let me, oh, we do not have much time. Yeah, let me show you my examples. Yeah. So I hope I can complete my examples today. Yeah. If I cannot finish, I will talk about the remaining examples next time. Yeah. And together, the remaining questions of this assignment also next time. Yeah. Yeah. Because I have many questions I haven't explained. Yeah. Actually, many of the questions related to my examples. Yeah. The examples I will show you, and later I will post those examples. Yeah. And I will also explain next class. Today here, I may only have about 20 minutes. Yeah. So I just try my best to explain that relative URL, absolute URL, how to use them to refer to different resources in a Java web application. Yeah. But let me jump to the example first. Right, several examples. Yeah. All right. Okay. Access resources through URLs. Yeah. Because this topic is a little confusing. Yeah, a little confusing. Yeah. But if you have good Unix background, it should be fine for you. Because we just use the same Unix way to, do the navigation to locate the resources. Okay, yeah. First, I show you 4 examples. So I found 4 examples. Let me go through those 4 examples first. Yeah. The first one, look at this one. Number 1, suppose you have a JSP at location. Yeah, so this location. JSP folder, then the file mypage.jsp under the context root. If you redirect, yeah, this one we do redirect. Yeah, so we do not do forward. Redirect a request to this page in the servlet. Which of the following paths could be used? Yeah. Some of the question we use the relative, right? Because it does not start with a slash. Okay, relative. This one start with slash, that's the absolute URL, relative URL. Yeah. So here we need and the current URL. So here we assume the current URL. Slash something, yeah, slash. So that's the context root. This one corresponds to the context root. All right, yeah. And you will see later when we do redirect and when we do forward, the root meaning, because there is a root notation, right? Yeah, the root meaning is different. That's why I need to tell you which method we are using, redirect or forward. Because based on that, when you use the absolute URL, the way is different. But if you use relative, same. Yeah, so here you can see, yeah, the root different, the result is the absolute URL different. But relative URL, same. Relative URL, so then, you use forward, redirect, the same. Yeah, so that's the, basic rules. Here, A, relative URL, B, absolute URL. Okay, relative. All right, so we use the Unix way to locate the resource. All right, the location here, context root. Let us call the context my web app. This is our context root. Okay. Under context root, there is a JSP folder. Then on under JSP folder, we have a my page.jsp resource. That's the resource we want to locate. All right. Then the current location. Current location, that's our starting point. So we need to know the current location. All right. Current location, URL. So that means here. Yeah. Under that my web app folder, current location. Okay. Yeah. All right. From current location, we want to access here. Access here. All right. How to get there? All right. Yeah. Current location, that means we can see everything under this slash. Everything under slash, same level. Yeah. Same level. Okay. Same level. All right. Then so you JSP, you get into that folder. Then you get this file. Yeah. So that means this relative URL, it's good. Yeah, it is good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because you are here, you can see JSP folder, right? So you type JSP, you get into the JSP folder, then you can see your mypage.jsp. Okay. So the A option is good. But next, we like to see B option. Is B option good or not? That's interesting, right? Yeah. But B option, the main thing is that slash. What's the meaning of slash? That root, we know that's the root. Okay. Yeah. This corresponds to what? For redirect. That's the main question. For redirect. For forward, redirect, different. Okay. All right. So because this question is for redirect, so let me just talk about the redirect case. Later, I talk about forward case. For redirect case, where does it happen? The redirect action happens where does it happen? Redirect actions. Yeah. So let me, if we understand that, yeah, then we can get the meaning quickly. All right. So the redirect action starts from the web browser. Right? Yeah. Because when you tell your program to do the redirect action, you complete the current request scope and you start a new request scope from the web browser. Where do you start a new request? Web browser. Web browser is the start of your new request scope. Okay, yeah. So the starting point is from web browser. Yeah. So then the question, that slash with respect to the browser slash means slash root means the domain name. Sorry, domain name. Okay, you know the domain name, right? Yeah. Domain name means the server name. All right. Yeah. Each server should have a domain, right? Yeah. So the domain is directly connected to a server. Yeah. So that slash actually it points to the domain name, www.mydomain.com, something like that. Then slash, and you don't have the my web app after that. Domain name, yeah. So here, the domain name, sorry, name does not include that my web app, that portion, not included. My web app, that portion is not included. Okay, all right. So there you can see this slash corresponds to the domain name. That's wrong, right? Because we also need, after the domain name, we need to include that web app, my web app, context root part. So B option missed that context root part. Okay, yeah. For redirect, it missed that context root part. For forward, it will be different. Yeah. For forward, you know, the story completely different. Okay, so the B option is incorrect. So only A option is correct for the first question. Okay, yeah. So that's the reason behind, yeah, you know, which one is correct, which one is incorrect. Okay, yeah. The next one, the similar question, but here we need to talk about forward. Okay, yeah. When we switch from redirect to forward, then the story completely different. Yeah. Basically the same question, we just switch from redirect to forward. Yeah. And if we used our knowledge from previous slide, you can see A option is correct, because we know for redirect and forward, if we use the relative URL, both the same, right? Yeah. Relative URL for redirect and forward, same way. Yeah. And in the previous question, A option is correct. So here, also correct. Okay, but for B option, because that's absolute URL, the story is different. So now let us look at the meaning of root. Root meaning for redirect, so for forward. Okay, yeah. What is this? Meaning for the forward case. Okay, yeah. Forward, we need to know when or where this forward action occurs. Okay, where does it occur? All right, so we need to understand that question. Okay, where does it occur? Yeah, it means forward action. Okay, okay, yeah. From within the web application. Because when we do the forward action, we must be inside a particular Java web application, right? When you do it, you must be inside that server side Java web application. Then, because you are in that environment, right? Java, current Java web application environment. You assume you are in that environment. Then the root, this means my web app, the context root. This is the root meaning. This is the root meaning for forward. Yeah. You're inside that web application, then the root is the context root. That's the natural meaning, context root. The previous one, you are at a web browser, right? Web browser is different. Web browser, that's outside the server, right? Outside the server, outside any web application. So with respect to the web browser, the root is different. The root is the server domain name. And here, with respect to Java web application, the root is the context root. That means for this B option, this slash means my web app. Okay, yeah. It corresponds to my web app, that context root. Then it's correct, right? Yeah, that's correct. So if you use that root, JSP, yeah, right location, yeah. So B option, if you use the forward way, it's correct. Okay, yeah. Then if, or what I mean, be correct, yeah, but here the only, right? The only will be different. All right. Yeah. So that's why we should take C because both correct. A is only, A only, so we cannot select A only because B also correct. All right. Yeah. All right. So B only, we cannot select B, yeah, because then we should select both. Both, yeah. So I hope from these two examples, the most important thing you understand, the root meaning is different for redirect and forward. Root meaning is different. Okay, yeah. So that will impact absolute URLs. Absolute URL, you need to start with the root symbol. But for relative URL, nothing to do with relative URL because you never start from the root. Okay, you start from the current location. You never start the root from the root. Okay, yeah. So with that understanding, yeah, then, and if you have the Unix background, so then I think for all questions like these two examples, so it should not be hard for you. Yeah. All right. Today we already run out of time, so next time we will continue our examples. Yeah, because I still I have something to show you. Okay, so we practice a little more on the relative URLs and absolute URL. All right, let me stop here. Yeah, thank you.